going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we are here with an ICC Men's T20 World Cup warm-up match review. I don't know why I decided to read this entire thing right here, but yeah, you guys know exactly what you're here for. India v Australia warm-up game for the T20 World Cup. Of course, the World Cup is officially underway with, the qualifying teams which have been competing. And then we know the 22nd of October is when it really kicks off with Australia v New Zealand to start off the tournament. There will be India v Pakistan the next day at the MCG. And this is probably as excited I've been for cricket since the last time I probably watched cricket. So I guess that doesn't mean a whole lot because I watch cricket all the time, but you guys get what I mean. I'm just rambling. It's early in the morning. I'm rambling. It's a warm-up game review. So, we don't take these too seriously. Look, there is a lot to take out of this match. There were a lot of things that happened in this one particular game. It felt like a World Cup final. There was no crowd there. There was no crowd allowed. But the contest and the absolute quality of cricket that we got to witness was top-notch, was some of the best cricket that I think we've actually seen in a little bit of while in T20 cricket. I mean, both teams make over 180. There were, 17 wickets taken in the game. There was incredible fielding, which we will get to. It was just an all-around great game of cricket. So firstly, if you guys are new, subscribe. Keep up to date here on the channel with all the latest cricket news across the world. Comment down below your thoughts on the game and leave a like before you leave the video. Alright, we're going to jump straight into the review here. India was sent in to bat first. And I think India enjoyed that challenge. I think they enjoyed, in a warm-up game, having the challenge of putting the runs on the board first. Rohit Sharma actually said that he would have rather batted first as well. So it did fall into India's hands early, and they got off to an incredible start. KL Rahul, well, he did go for 57 off 33, 6 fours and 3 sixes, but he was absolutely incredible. He made a 50, I think it was, off about 30 balls. He was just striking it to every part of the ground. He didn't stay out there for very long, though. Like, he made his 50. Rohit Sharma was at the other end, who had only faced 2 deliveries, and KL Rahul was already on 50. You have a look at the fall of wicket here. He did go out in the 7th over, so look, a little bit disappointing because he did set this entire platform by himself and could have gone on and probably gone massive. But again, it is a warm-up game. You don't want to do too many good things in a warm-up game because you don't want to waste all that good potential in a warm-up game. So I can understand that there. Hitman Sharma, though, I mean, we've got to talk about the skipper right now. He is one of the best captains in the world on win percentage, but he can't make a bloody run to save himself at the moment. I mean, 15 off 14. He hit a 6, he hit a 4. I mean, both of them boundaries were, just picking up on short deliveries from the spinners and what's the word? Dispatching them. So, look, he has been in some not so good form, and it is a little bit of a concern for India going into their first game. But luckily, they've got their captain surrounded by absolute superstars. I mean, you just look one spot down the order, you've got the King Kohli. He goes for 19 off 13. He started like a house on fire. He hit this massive 6 to Mitchell Stark, and then he put him down the ground for a 4. And then those were his 2 boundaries for the day. But he looked on. He looked happy to be out there. He looked like he was just enjoying himself. I mean, the way he went out was a little bit disappointing because, he just hit a 6, and then the next ball, he tried to play like a pull shot for 6, which was never going to work out, and it went straight up and he went out. So, unfortunate there for the man, but look, I think he is looking in very promising touch before the World Cup. So, yeah, he's looking dangerous in the field, or whether it's with bat in hand, he's looking pretty good. And we know that he's, statistics, his previous records in Australia. I mean, the guy averages like 64 in Australia in T20 cricket. So, he is the number one guy that I am scared of for this World Cup. As much as I love Virat, as much as I want to see him do good, I don't want him to absolutely destroy Australia's chances of winning the World Cup, though. So, you just chill out for now, Virat. You just chill out. All right, sir. I mean, and then you just go down to number 4, the glue of their batting order. Surya Kumar Yadav, 50 off 33. He hits 6 fours and a 6. Yeah, he's pretty incredible, this guy, isn't he? I mean, he is the new Mr. 360 for a reason. The way he went out was actually super unfortunate. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going to watch the highlights if you can find them, unless they get copyrighted like everything else. But actually, I think it's on the T20 website, so you can go see it there. But he was awesome until he got struck in the head with a bouncer. But I think it was, Kane Richardson. Or was it Mitchell Starc the over before, and then it was Richardson? I can't remember, but he did get... No, it was definitely Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc bowled a bouncer, and then I think it, knocked him around in the helmet. And then Kane Richardson came on to bowl, and unfortunately he just didn't get the ball right. It came off the back of the bat, and it went straight to Kane Richardson for the easiest catch ever, with a full toss. So, unfortunate for Sky to go out that way, but again, he was looking in terrific touch, and as I've said, he is... I mean, it's between him and Barber at the moment, but they are the Sky, in my opinion, is the number 1 white ball cricketer in the entire universe right now. I mean, he is just in some sort of touch at the moment, some sort of form that... It's a scary proposition, that top 4. I mean, if they can get Rohit Sharma back to at least close to his best, this team is going to be unstoppable. I mean, we already know that, so it is it does worry me a little bit being an Aussie fan, but it is good to see for Team India, especially with all the injuries that they have. All right, Hardik Pandya, I mean, he went for 2 off 5. He came out there, and he just didn't seem to read the ball. I mean, Hardik Pandya is a guy who uses the bowler's pace, to place the ball where he wants. And then Kane Richardson just bowled a slower ball bouncer. Hardik thought it was going to be a quick ball. He went to hit it like a backward scoop shot, and it went straight to Tim David there in gully, or third slip, whatever you want to call it. So, unfortunate there for the man Hardik. Dinesh Karthik, he came out there. He was looking pretty good early as well. 20 off 14, hit a 4, hit a 6. He was moving around the crease, hit 2 beautiful boundaries. And I think he looked comfortable. I think that's all you wanted to see from the man DK, is that he looked comfortable back in Australian conditions. Because, I mean, the man DK hasn't played here since 1945, right? So, I mean, it's good to see him back in Australia and just looking comfortable out there, which is good to see. Axar, 6 not out, and then Ashwin, who did hit a 6 off the second last ball, and then went out off the last ball. So, India, they finished on 186. A really good total, I think, at the Gabba. I think anywhere from 175 plus at the Gabba is a really, really solid score. Let's have a look at the Aussie bowlers. I forgot. All right. Mitchell Starc, 1 for 20 off 3. I thought he bowled okay. We tried a few different things. He did bowl 3 wides, but he kept trying to bowl like slower ball wide Yorkers, which didn't really work out, but we'll see how that goes. Kane Richardson, who was, I'm not Kane Richardson's biggest fan as a cricketer. I think we definitely have options that are in front of him, but he took 4 for 30 off 4. He was awesome right there. So it's good to see that we have, a guy in the squad who can come in straight away and take, 4 wickets, let's say. So good to see there. The new ODI skipper, which has actually just been announced literally 10 minutes ago before I started pressing record, that our new ODI captain, Mr. Patrick Sir Cummins, I don't know where I was going with that, but yes, he is announced as the new ODI captain. He none for 33 off 3. He actually got smacked around the park. They really did take advantage of his bowling. And just, he kept bowling short and a few, worrying deliveries there at one point. So I hope the man Pat Cummins is going to be okay. As we know, T20 is probably his weakest format. So, you know, the last thing we want to see before the World Cup, especially as an Australian, is that Pat Cummins can't bowl. So that's not what we want to see, but hey, it's okay. He'll be fine. Marcus Stoinis, the big Hulk. Yeah, he got smacked around as well. None for 29 off 2. I don't like Stoinis as a bowler. I've said this hundreds and hundreds of times in my life. Marcus Stoinis, yes, he's an all-rounder, but he, after his pec injuries, after all these injuries he's had, he is not a damn bowler. I mean, like, you know, I think a lot of people compare him to Hardik Pandya because they're both, you know, big strikers of the ball down the order who can also bowl 2 to 3, 4 overs, right? I think Hardik Pandya is still a way better bowler. Stoinis, he bowls way too short, which is never going to go well in Australian conditions. It never goes well in England. You know, that sort of short bowling when it's a bit slower can work in India, can work overseas, in Asia, but unfortunately here in Australia, the short ball techniques do not bloody work. So, yeah, we need to stop that, Big Stoiny. Glenn Maxwell, 1 for 28 off 3. Agar, who I thought was okay, actually, 1 for 36 off 4. And the man, Tim David, he bowled a ripping over, none for 7 off 1. So, hey, that was, you know, I mean, it was okay bowling. Really good batting there from Sky and KL Rahul. As we go down, Australia, well, we had 187 to get the win. We were in the box seat. This game was almost one and done for us. We were cruising to victory, and then all of a sudden something happened really, really upsetting in the middle order, which we will get to. Just an absolute collapse from us. Mitchell Marsh, I mean, he started early, was opening, which was pretty cool to see. No David Warner, who was, you know, resting. No Matthew Wade either, who was resting, so we'll see what that was about. 35 off 18, 4 fours, 2 sixes. I mean, I actually like Mitchell Marsh as an opener. I think he always provides something a little bit different than, you know, Finch and Warner, who are quite similar batsmen. Obviously, one's left-handed, one's right-handed, but, you know, are quite, you know, 2 strikers of the ball who want to get going early. And then you've got Mitchell Marsh, who I guess he's kind of a similar batsman, but you just get something a little bit different from him. He's taller. He doesn't... You know what? Maybe that's a bad comparison. We'll move on. I'll edit that out. All right, Finchy, though. Let's talk about the skipper, Aaron Finch. Is he back? Is Aaron Finch back, or was he ever gone? 76 off 54, 7 fours and 3 sixes. He was awesome. He was the only reason that we had any shot at winning this game. And big shout out to the man Aaron Finch. Yes, it's a warm-up game. Of course, we'd rather him do this in the actual World Cup. But just seeing him smile and get some confidence back within himself, and he played some magnificent shots too. So, yeah, really happy for the man Finchy. So, yeah, I think he was awesome. Unfortunately, couldn't stay out there in the last 2-3 overs to finish the game, but he was the only reason we even got close to winning. So, big shout out to the man, Mr. Finchy boy there. All right, Stevie Smith, he was in at number 3. Yeah, he went for 11 off 12, hit a 6, but yeah, Steve Smith is unfortunately not a T20 cricketer anymore. So, you know, again, it's real. It is awesome and so good to have Steve Smith in the squad still. Have him there as some depth. You know, he's someone who can get us out of any situation, but unfortunately, he is not that guy in T20 anymore, which really hurts to say because I'm the biggest Steve Smith fan there is, but it's just we have other options now. We've got Tim David, Matty Wade. I mean, Cam Green should be in the squad. You know, you can move Maxwell up the order, Josh Inglis. I mean, we have so many other options who are ready to come in and play a part that Steve Smith, unfortunately, just can't provide us with what we need. Glenn Maxwell, I mean, again, he was looking really good to get some form back. 23 off 16, hit 4 fours. He was looking good. Unfortunately, just got a really good delivery from Bhuvi Kumar, and Glenn tried to just slice at it. Didn't work. Caught behind by DK. Marcus Stoinis. You know what? This is where it all fell apart. The middle order, Marcus Stoinis, 7 off 7. Tim David, 5 off 2. Now, let's talk about the run out, though, from Virat Kohli, which was just a ridiculous run out. Yeah, it's just, like, what can you even do? Like, there was a run there. I would have taken that run as well. But unfortunately, when you've got Virat Kohli, who is fielding in close and has the arm of an absolute rhinoceros, if that's even a good analogy, he can throw an absolute bullet to the stumps. Had one stump to aim at, was running on his side, kind of got a little bit of a misstep, and absolutely nailed that stump, run out Tim David, and that's really where the collapse started. Stoin went out the last over, which was just a... Wait, was that the catch there, or was it this one? Wait. Oh, no, it was Pat Cummins, all right. I was just making sure I didn't miss the biggest thing that actually happened in this game. So he got run out. Josh Inglis got absolutely bowled by Mohammad Shami, who we will talk about Shami in a second, but he was awesome. This is what I want to talk about, though. Pat Cummins. So 7 off 6. Yeah, it was caught by Virat Kohli, and you think that's pretty standard. Okay, why do we care about that? Well, oh boy. If you have not seen the catch, I would recommend you to go and watch it now. You can't actually watch it on my Twitter anymore because, you guys know how copyright works. They absolutely snipped me up in about 14 hours and everyone else. It's funny. It is really, really funny that I can post cricket clips on Twitter of other players. It can be anyone, any clips, and no one, there's no copyright. But whenever I post anything about Virat Kohli, the ICC and BCCI, they just come over to my Twitter and everyone else's and absolutely copyright claim and remove everything. It is crazy the effect that King Kohli has, that the fact that, you can upload clips of anyone else, but the second that it's Virat Kohli, no, get rid of this. Go find the catch. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or on the T20 World Cup website. I'm sure it's on there. It was just one of the most ridiculous catches in a warm-up. I mean, he's taken catch of the tournament in a damn warm-up game. So he just stuck one hand out there on the boundary rope and caught an absolute ripping catch. Was in front of the Australian dugout as well, and just a bit of an alpha moment in front of David Warner and all the Aussies down there who were just as impressed as he was, to be honest. I don't even think Virat knew that he caught it for a second. He just stuck his hand out there and just pulled it down somehow in the left hand. Yeah, ridiculous stuff from Virat. I mean, he is, people were comparing it to Jadeja, but, we haven't seen Jadeja, it feels like, in 45 years. So we got to see Virat with some absolute, dominant fielding, which that catch ended up saving the game. I mean, Pat Cummins went for the 6. It would have been an easy 6. It would have been a 6 easily, but Virat caught the ball and they ended up winning the game. So Virat won the game with his run out on Inglis. He then won the game with the incredible catch in the outfield. And then Mohammad Shami was left to finish it up. And Mohammad Shami delivered with his one and final over in the game. As we said, bowled Inglis. He then got the wicket of Cummins. He then ran out Ashton Agar. And then he bowled Kane Richardson in the last ball of the game to win it. So it was an incredible closing out effort from India. I mean, when the pressure was on, they all stood up in the field, especially Virat, obviously, and the man Mohammad Shami with his first over back in a little bit. So it's awesome to see Shami back. That really how it went. You just got to look at the fall of wickets. I mean, 18.2. I mean, that's when he got run out. So Finch went out in the 18th over, and then next ball, wicket. The next over, Cummins went out. Agar the next ball, Inglis the next ball, and then Richardson the next ball. There were 4 wickets in a row to finish off this game for Team India, and it was all thanks to the man Kohli and Mohammad Shami. Just incredible. It really was. What a game of cricket for a warm-up match. All right, into the Indian bowling. Bhuvi Kumar, he was pretty good. Got that white ball swinging both ways. I saw both ways. He was looking incredible out there with that white ball. 2 for 20 off 3. Arshdeep King Singh. He was okay. Now, I think he's got a few things he needs to improve on before the actual opening game. But 1 for 34 off 3. Hardik Pandya, none for 29 off 3. Purple Patel. where am I at? 1 for 30 off 3. Ravi Ashwin, none for 28 off 4. Yuzi, 1 for 28 off 3. And we know the closer himself, Muhammad Shami, 3 4 4 off 1, which was a ridiculous last over of cricket. And hey, that is how it's going to cap off the warm-up match review. India just too strong in the end. Australia cruising to victory. India spirit comes out in full effect and completely steals this match from us. So, hey, this World Cup has already started to be an absolute incredible one. And this is just the very beginning. So, hey, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to be covering all the cricket news across the tournament. And hey, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one.